this is beyond ridiculous. You know the way that it is, fam. Man United nil, Everton 1, or should I say 11 men Man United nil, 10 men Everton 1. And if I'm not mistaken, David Moyes hasn't won a game at Old Trafford in 17 games, I believe. I saw the stat somewhere. And Everton, having beaten Man United at home in 12 years. I tell you, this Bray is a proper record breaker, blood. And you know what? David Moyes deserved this win. They deserve it. The first ever win at Old Trafford. And that game, that was all Everton, fam. That was all Everton. And you might be thinking that, wait, hold on, but because one of the reasons that I bring up the quality of the league is not because, I'm thinking that because Man United is rubbish and everything like that, that the league is horrible. No. I am bare lucky enough here to watch Chelsea of when Mourinho was around. So Alex, when he brought Roy Keane and Wayne Rooney and CR7, I was lucky enough here to see Liverpool win the Champions League in 2005. I was lucky enough, man, to see Man City win their first Premier League title. Beating Man United in goal difference. I was around that same season. I think Wayne Rooney was our main focal point in that same season. I was lucky enough, man, to see Van Persie score that volley for Man United in 2013. Now, even though that Man United squad at the time was the worst in terms of the standards of Man United at the time, this Man United squad right now, as we speak, it's worse than that one in 2013. Even though that Sir Alex managed to ounce up every energy here from those players to elevate them to such an extent that they look like world beaters, blood. Now we are able, men, to see Man City win title of the title. Liverpool winning the title here in COVID. We managed here to see Leicester win the Premier League, that dream. We were able, man, to see Chelsea win titles here, there, and there. But let's go back a little bit. Let's say before 2013. And see how the certain amount of tech here in football was so high up. Just look at how it was back those days. I mean, I mentioned this here for a minute in the previous videos here about the amount of tech in football that used to be back in the day. And I compare it, man, to this league's quality. And the reason I say it's so bad is because you don't have to play so well to win. That wasn't the norm. That will be like probably less than 10 games out of the 38 games that you have in the Premier League that you don't have to play so well to win. Sometimes you got to fight, you got to graft in order to win. Even though you don't play so well, blood. And the reason I'm saying that is because this was Man United's time here to capitalize banana skins. And look what happened, blood. This is dark, bro. I can't lie. The reason why I'm calm here is because I'm already used to this. And I've said this here for a minute about this United squad with this manager. I've said this, that while you man celebrating 3 games in a row before, I said this for a minute, blood. I said this for a minute. You know why? Because of something like that. Something like that. Yesterday's game. That was more than not good enough. That was more than not good enough, blood. I can't lie. No one expected Everton to do what they did yesterday, blood. Now, Man United go for a counter-attack. And, Mr. Spamming shot the ball, obviously wide after that, right? And now, after they've shown the replay, or probably during the replay, I was hearing some cheers here from the crowd. And when after they've shown the replay, I saw 2 Everton players going at each other, right? And like I said, they're having some disagreement among each other. And I saw Gay being held back here by Pickford, and the referee giving him a red card. And I looked at, it looked like that Gay was ready to put hands on him. I think it was it Keenan Gay? Yeah, it was Keane. It was Keane. And it looked like as if he was going to put hands on somebody. And I sort of when the replay was shown, I was like, fam, what's man doing? What's going on? And then, like I said, it was Keane and Gay having some disagreement. And, I was just, and then when they showed the replay again, I was like, fam, wait, they're probably having a disagreement with the chance that happened before. Because, so after that, right, after when the game was ended, I had to look at the replay again. And then I just saw Gay slap King in the face, blood, because I didn't really understand why he got a red card. I was like, what's man doing? Wait, how come he got the red card? And then Gay just slapped man. But look, let me tell you something, fam. You will not see this here from the naked eye, that slap, blood. It was fast, blood. It was fast. That left hand. Wow, fam. That left hand here was fast, blood. And then after that he was getting hit by by Pickford and that. And trying to hold him back. And them was saying that, fam, look, walk off the pitch, man. You're only gonna make it worse, man, if you could be moving like a batty boy, them way there. That's what it was. And then when this was happening, I was like, all right, fam. I was like, Amram, like I said in the previous videos in the other games, Amram, don't do some foolishness, fam. Don't do some foolishness. Now put this game to bed, blood. Put it to bed. Don't forget that this was Man United with 11 players versus Everton here with 10 players, fam. My days, blood. This therefore needs to be in the forefront for everyone to know and see. that it was 11 men Man United versus 10 men Everton. What happened out there, man, at Old Trafford was insanity, blood. No words that can explain that. That was utter embarrassment. Utter crumble. Actually, apple crumble, blood. You know them way there. Like, Everton here played better football. They did. They played here better football, blood. Than us here from the beginning to the end. Now, Man United, man, they were okay. They were okay in the second half, but Everton, they had a game plan. They had a plan, even if they were one man down. They played us off the park in the first half. And then, in the second half, Everton, man, they were at the edge here of their box, keeping the ball, not giving your Man United space. And you know what the worst thing about it is? Because, like I said, we were one man down, and they were the one that scored. Don't think, look, when somebody is one man down, don't ever think that, oh, it's going to be easy, fam. It's not going to be easy. If a manager has plan B or plan C, they could make it 10 men, like I said, they got 12 men or 30 men on the pitch. And that's what happened, blood. When they were one man down, it was going to happen, man, that Everton was going to sit back and give him Man United no answers to break them down, blood. There were no urgency in this game here when Everton got the red card. Man United, no urgency whatsoever from any of the players. Any of the players. Man forgot that this is normal for Man United now. Man forgot. And I've been saying this for a minute. Man thought that things here are wonderful and things are gonna go well. Fam, don't forget that you, man, those things there were celebrating. Like I said, when we went through 3 games in a row, wins. Remember that. Now, I'm saying it again. Now, look, by no means here, I'm not saying that, oh, who's better now? I told you so. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when somebody is winning 3 games, 4 games, 5 games, 6 games in a row, don't celebrate. It's good to be shameless, because I'm shameless with the man, but not on video, blood. It's okay, man, to say, fam, cool, keep on going. We have had this here, there, retete in the previous seasons before, when we keep on winning games and it gets us nowhere. Now people are starting to see the reality. This is utter embarrassment, blood. In that game, instead of us here putting pressure, they were the one that was putting pressure. Everton was having a bit of a celebration party, started to play football, bopping us up from the park, passing the ball around us. We were the one that was chasing the ball, actually. And we were 11 men, and they were 10. I saw a stat here on TV during the game that striker Barry, if that's his name, won 14 aerial duels in this game, and they were 10 men, and we had 11. And man, I'm going to try to put a positive spin on this, blood. Please. Don't speak whilst on my doorstep, blood. Don't. Just don't, blood. Don't. Just don't, blood. And then we hear your Amram right now saying that, oh, Man United is nowhere where they should be. It's because of you, blood. You're setting up the team out there. You're the one that's meant to give them encouragement, motivation, discipline. Because the players on the pitch are reflecting the manager. If you're emotional, they will be. If they are thick-skinned mentally, they will be. It's all upon the manager. And Ineos, blood, they're just punishing us. In this game, by no means, blood, we don't deserve anything from this WAS. We don't. If you want to make a case study on why Amram needs to go, this is one of them, blood. This game. The Greensby loss, and also the Spurs lost it in the Europa League final last season. And man out there are going to blame the players here for this performance. When clearly, like I said, it is the manager. I said this here for a minute. Yeah, to make man, like in Bremer, for example, because he was the one that was on the pitch, to make him like the in Bremer in Brentford. But make him better than when he was at Brentford. But Amram cannot. And whose fault is that? You can tell, man, that his game plan is just useless. He brought on Mainu. And I was like, when the game was going, I was like, where's Mainu? Mainu, what a player. What a player Mainu is. And still, we hear from Amram said that he says something like in the lines of, I think he said this he got something good for Mainu to do, something like that along those lines. And then you made Mainu disappear. Is that what you were talking about, blood? And still, you cannot even get the best out of him. No one looked good in this game. Nobody, blood. And then, also, he brings in Mount. Blood. He brings in Mount. And even though that it was okayish, we all know what he's going to bring. Nothing but cardio, blood. Nothing but cardio. To do what? Nothing, blood. I said this before, man, that I will only celebrate, man, if we win the league. Not winning 3 games in a row. And exactly like that. Exactly like that on why, fam. Why that I did not even celebrate, blood. It is absolutely peak still. And Ineos here are giving him ample time, blood. And I'm like, it's clear for you to see, man, that this man is not good enough. Even though, man, that we want him to succeed. I don't know what else to say. The only good thing that I saw in the match was Pickford's save for Xerxes' header. The fans there, when you see the replay, you can see the fans there thought that that ball, that header, was going in the corner, fam. And Pickford, what a save, blood. What a save. That ball, like I said, was going right in the corner. And even that, man, like Pickford, man, is known for those kind of saves still. He's known for that. But big ups, man, to Xerxes, because that wasn't an easy header. That wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I used to be a footballer, so I know that wasn't a good, that wasn't an easy header to do. And to direct it right in the bottom corner, and then, oh my days, fam, like, for him, man, to do that, Pickford, wow, what a save, man. And the next game here is against Crystal Palace away on Sunday. Fam, it's dark, bro. I mentioned about Crystal Palace before, like the way they're set up. I've said this for a minute before, that the way they set up, absolutely sick, blood. They set up so defensively, and as well, they're good in attack as well. And I've said this for a minute, that I rate Mateta, I rate Sarr, I even rate when Eze was there before. One of my favorite bowlers, Eze as well. And I like Muniz, I like Gueye, Richards, Lacroix. What a team, man, they have, especially Walton, blood. And they're gonna make it difficult, blood, here for Man United. And Mania was saying that in terms of positions, Man United, man, has the easier running. Fam, can you see, man, how fast life, man, comes to you, blood? Comes to you fast, blood. It's absolutely peak. It's not going to get any easier. I've said this here for a minute, every time, that things are never going to get easier for Man United. Especially here when this man is at the dugout. And I remember I was thinking this before during the game when it was nearly the end, and I'm like, I was like, fam, you didn't even have Maguire. You didn't have a plan B, man, to bring Maguire, man, to save you. These kind of moments here, when you have injuries like Maguire, like Cunha, like Shesko, these are the kind of times here where the real management here comes into play to see, man, how you deal with adversity. And you failed, blood. This was the time, man, to take advantage of the league at the moment. Liverpool lost, and we all know, man, how bad, man, Liverpool, man, have been here for the past couple of months. I've said this for a minute about Liverpool, especially when I said that they were winning games here in 90 minutes and all of that, and that wasn't sustainable, and it caught up to them. And now players here are doing great in international. They come back, they're playing absolutely was. Slot have to sort it out, and it's definitely a crisis, fam. I can't lie. And I tell you, fam, he's truly out of his depth. And the problem here with Liverpool is that they are having a Ten Hag. They're having a Ten Hag because everybody would have understood here if them winning the league here was this season. And the last season, Liverpool here were like 5th or 6th. That's the problem they have now. Because of the season they had now, and then the transfer market they had in the last summer, the standards here is sky high. And bare man, including myself, we were like, bro, be careful. You want to win, you want to defensively, defend, have a title defense here for the league this season. But be careful, blood. You may not win it, but you have to play well. Because everybody is also strengthening as well. Fam. And then Man City lost against Newcastle. We saw that game, that game. And then Arsenal put Spurs on a spliff. And I've been saying this for a minute. Like I said before, and I said this for a minute in previous videos, I rate bowlers and I rate Eze, blood. I've always rated Eze, and finally he's managed here to show up because we were all waiting for him. And he was on a mission in the first minute, playing as the number 10 instead of playing it in the right of the 3. Arteta managed here to find a way to expose Spurs and 1-4-1. But Amram, he can't even do that. He doesn't even have a recipe to even cook. All he knows is baking donuts, frying wings, and cooking hot dogs and hope for the best. Long balls, donuts, playing on the wing back and hope for the best. And then the midfield is just there for second balls, loose ball, or back up for the defense. That's what's man doing out here. And if not long balls, like, what are we doing here, blood? Is man mad? It's dark, fam. It's dark. And Amram keep going back to his seat. up in the dugout, go back to his seat, up in the dugout. And I'm like, what is man doing, blood? There is nothing you can bring it to the surface about this performance. Because there was none. Nada. None. No positive. I told man that this guy is not good enough. And we, like I said, we want him here to succeed. But the way he's moving and setting up the team is recipe for disaster. That should be on his menu. Recipe for disaster, blood. And I even heard here from my man about Xabi Alonso, the manager of Real Madrid. Like the talks of him getting sacked, even though that they are on top of La Liga, one point in front of Barcelona. And then this man, who is Aaron, is getting a lifeline like Bucket Man in Kentucky Fried Man United. Let me tell you something, fam. Let me tell you something, blood. Let me tell you something. It's dark, bro. It's dark, fam. It's dark. I don't know. And like I said, I'm not saying I told you so. I'm not saying that. I expected this, but at the same time, I'm fuming and I'm very disappointed. And you guys may see me laughing and smiling and that, but it's just the fact that if you don't laugh, you'll cry, blood. I'm laughing because it's shocking, even though that you expected that, like, you don't like. This is like, this is normal, blood. It's normal. This is just another day, blood. This is just another day. Fam. This is just another day, fam. Man, yeah, to all you, man, like, welcome to Manchester United. This performance, man, is exactly why I didn't even celebrate once, blood, this season.